What's up everybody, welcome back to another episode of BH Brewing, and we are on to day 16 of our Beer Hawk Advent Calendar tasting sessions, and today we have a beer from the Netherlands. This is from Bodegraven, I hope I've pronounced that right. It's halfway between The Hague and Utrecht, and this beer is called Havik Feestdagen, which I believe is Hawk and Holidays. It's the translation. As you can see by the label, it's a pretty plain label. Hopefully that means the stuff inside is good. I don't know, I'm not sure. But this beer was brewed exclusively for Beer Hawk for this advent calendar. So let's pour this one out and see if it's any good. Here it is, Hawk and Holidays from the Molen brewery in the Netherlands. Before we go on to kind of discussing the beer, I just want to talk about this label. Now I'm usually one who goes for proper flashy labels, you know, cool designs, quirky stuff on bottles and cans, but I gotta say I kind of like this. It's completely understated. It tells you what's in it, tells you it's EBC, tells you it's IBUs, and the rest, well, what more do you need to know? I think it's kind of cool. It's very understated, very different from what I'd usually like, but I kind of like that. One thing to note on here is about the hops before we go into this. The two hops that are in this are a hop called Sladek, which is apparently, I think I spat everywhere there, sorry about that. Sladek, which is a cross between Northern Brewer and a SARS hop, and apparently they're the parents of that one. And also a new world hop that probably everybody's tried, and that's the Mosaic hop. Now I've never had the Sladek. I absolutely love the Mosaic hop. I love those kind of fruity flavours, the kind of floralness it brings to beers when it's used in them. So this will be interesting to see if it kind of carries that across, as Sladek was the bittering hop and the Mosaic was the kind of aroma hop. So let's first of all talk about head retention, and this has been sat around for around about 5 minutes now, just while I was checking shit, and this is actually pretty good. The head retention on it is not too bad. That kind of stayed pretty much after a minute. Obviously it dissipated, as you can see from where it was, dissipated down. It's kind of kept a little bit of head retention there, which is nice to see on a beer. In terms of the colour of it, it is hazy, quite hazy, but it is a kind of a dark to medium amber colour. Yeah, very nice kind of colour and hazy. Carbonation, you can't see much in terms of looking at it, but obviously we'll give it a try and see where we're at. But first of all, let's go with the aroma and see where we're at with that. Ooh. Wow. The first thing to note about the aroma on here is, whoa, there's a load of fruit and a load of floral notes in there, and it smells divine. It smells really, really good. For anybody who's kind of never smelt Mosaic hops before, I can't really describe it, but it's just a full-on hit of kind of fruit flavors, like a tropical fruit salad, and it's also got those lovely, lovely floral notes on it, and this just smells of those. You initially get hit with that kind of nostril hit of floralness, and then it kind of develops into a lovely kind of fruitness to it. There's no kind of malt backbone to this whatsoever. Those hops are really punching through everything else, and they're the overriding aroma. There's not any malt notes that I can smell off the nose straight away. So let's go in for a taste and let's see how this one is. Okay, that is nice. That is a very, very nice beer. The thing that hits you straight away is kind of that bitterness, but it's followed up by kind of that kind of fruit flavour. And what I get from this more than anything is that kind of grapefruit flavour. But it's a nice grapefruit. It's that bitterness that follows it that's really good and works really, really well. So I get an initial big hit of bitterness, then those kind of grapefruit flavours come through, a little bit of kind of stone fruit in there as well. Kind of like probably a peach or a kind of apricot kind of flavour. But yeah, that is, first initial tastings, that is bloody beautiful. Let's have another swig. yeah, so as I was saying, grapefruit, and then you get the stone fruit, and then kind of the end is like that floral note. The floral note doesn't hit you as much as it does in the aroma, but it's very, very nice. Let's go in. I think the kind of the bitterness of this is kind of making it very dry in the end, but I'm just gonna have another swig just to make sure. Yeah, that's in terms of its dryness, in terms of its mouthfeel and everything else. The body of it is very, very dry. Very dry, in fact. It's kind of almost when it hits your mouth and your tongue, it feels like it dissolves quite instantly and goes dry quite quickly. Now, I don't hate that. I don't mind it with this type of beer because the dryness kind of backs up that bitterness, and their two work in combo quite well together, and I think that's a good combination. What I don't like is when you get a beer and it's just dry, but if there's no reason behind it, it doesn't work together kind of with the body of the beer. The bitterness with this works with the body of the beer because it kind of has that dry kind of end to it, which I kind of like, and it's quite short, but you leave that kind of, that bitterness kind of lingers even though it is short, and it's bloody beautiful. Really, really nice. In terms of its mouthfeel, it's kind of medium to thin, probably on the thin side of that, probably just, I'd probably say just under medium, but definitely more towards the kind of thin side of that kind of note. But it is a bloody beautiful beer. This is very, very nice. In terms of malt, I don't get much malt through into this beer. It's mainly those hops, but I don't mind that. This is a hop forward beer. It goes down really, really well. So if I was to give this a review, I'm probably gonna have to score this in the low 70s, I think. Probably, high 70s, low 80s is what I'm trying to say. Apologies. So high 70s, low 80s. I'll get there in the end. So I'll probably hit this around a 78, 79 mark. It is really nice. I love the bitterness that comes through, those kind of floral notes, the grapefruity notes, its dry finish, it all kind of works together. I think if I was to make any kind of comments on this or how to make it better, I would like a bit more of a malt kind of in the background, just to kind of round it over, make it a bit more fuller in flavour, in terms of the mouthfeel and everything else. But generally this is a very, very good beer. Highly recommend this one. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit the like button down there. And if you want to see more content like this, me tasting beers, me brewing beers, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Cheers.